Great. Hello, Nasdaq followers, and welcome to another episode of Behind the Bell. I'm your host, the Chairman of Asia Pacific, Bob McCooey. I'm coming to you live from the Nasdaq market site here in Times Square. And today we had another fabulous morning where we welcomed EHang to the Nasdaq family. EHang is a pioneer in autonomous air mobility technology. And joining us today is EHang's CMO, Derek Shong. Derek, thanks for being with us today, and congratulations on your IPO.
Thank you, Bob. Very glad, very happy to be here.
Thank you. You are a first mover in AAV and all the technology that surrounds us. Help everyone to understand what that means. What are the different types of autonomous aerial vehicles that you develop, who they serve? Give us the background on EHang.
Sure. So EHang is a very special company. We aim to transform the transform the way that people travels. If you go to every single city, big cities in the world, you find the traffic is really bad. It's really jamming every single big cities. So what we do is
especially in China.
Well,
New York too. New York too. But you must admit, it's pretty bad in a lot of the Chinese cities.
Yes, exactly. So we invented this autonomous air vehicle. It's called a EHang 216. So it represents two-seater and with 16 propellers. So this is very special, like multi-rotor aircraft. That makes these aircraft very safe because this multiple source of power is going to happen. Provides more redundancy, like safety redundancy. So the way we do is like this is completely autonomous. The passenger who's sitting in there, they don't need to have a piloting license. They don't need to have any experiences in flying. They can just be passengers. Well, we have this command control center on the ground. We'll be remotely monitor and help this aircraft to make the flight route. The flight plans, right, to help people to get to their destinations as soon as possible. So, a lot of Americans probably see this, probably saw this, this animation from 70s, the Jetsons. That's exactly what we do, the future of transportation.
So it's two people, 16 rotors.
Rotors, yes.
That makes it super safe. And when I want to go, or you and I want to go somewhere, we can just get in the 216 and program in where we're going to go, and it'll bring us there.
Yeah, I know it sounds like really science fiction, right? But we have already achieved like a certain level of commercialization. We have done thousands of flights, not only in China. We also did, like flights, trial flights, demo flights in Austria, in Doha, in Qatar, in Vienna, in Amsterdam, in China, in Guangzhou, and we just did our very first like public, CBD, like Central City, area flight in Guangzhou from the Canton Tower. So that has been amazing. And in terms of the revenues, we have sold 38 units. We have delivered 38 units of these passenger aircraft to our customers and partners around the world. And we have a lot more fulfilled orders in the future. So I think, we're sitting here today. We're happy to be here in Nasdaq, and and this is no longer the future.
So besides that, you're really helping to disrupt industries from logistics to smart city management. Talk to us about that, especially the technology behind it.
Yeah, exactly. So we work with, because we are building something, right, that transport a human being. So with that kind of technology, it's not a big challenge for us to utilize that technology, for the delivery, for the cargo delivery, right? So we also build drone deliveries, drone deliveries, and we work with company like a DHL in China, and we just demo our technology with DHL in Chicago. Next year probably in DHL Singapore. So we have this like a fully autonomous drone delivery system where you can just like send mails, send documents from this intelligent cabinet where the drone can take off, or land on that intelligent cabinet. With that, there will be absolutely, no need for human beings, for the mailman to, to use that. It's fully autonomous. It's very convenient. And we have done that in Southern China many times. We also work with other company for this kind of like a food delivery, in Guangzhou City for 30,000 orders for the residents in Guangzhou.
Oh, I know. I had a Frappuccino delivered from when I was there at your Central Command control center.
Yes.
We ordered them and had them delivered right to us.
Exactly. And both the delivery drone and a cargo, the passenger aircraft, they are remotely, controlled by this command control center. So we kind of help a lot of companies or government, to run this smart city drone operations. So I'll give you an example. Last week we were kind of doing this firefighting, because there was, recently it's really dry, so there was a fire in the mountain. So using our smart city management system, we can kind of fly drones remotely, from probably 100 kilometers away. We're able to monitor the drone. We're able to see the image. Where is the fire? We're helping those firefighters to do that.
And so that's really gets to my next question, which is how do the autonomous aerial vehicles change urban transportation modes? How does it operate? What are the implications? And more importantly, for a lot of people today, what's the implications for the environment?
Right, this is very eco-friendly, actually. Basically all the product we developed are electricity powered, using batteries, very eco-friendly, and also it doesn't take a lot of space. The passenger, the EHang 216, only take a small space where it's really easy to build an infrastructure around the city. So even today, we might not have that much infrastructure here. It's really easy to set up. So. And also we want to kind of start from this tourism, applications or sightseeing, to provide this kind of opportunities for tourists, for people to do this tours without a pilot, by taking this air taxi.
So everything that Mr. Hu, the founder of the company, is an amazing entrepreneur, but also really a technologist at heart.
Yeah.
And so everything that I know you do is based upon your own in-house R&D. So, talk to us about how the product is brought to market, how you do research and development, especially and QA.
Oh, it's actually. So it's interesting because when we first started this project 6 years ago, there was no suppliers. That's interesting. That was the challenging part. When we are trying to build something, or when we are trying to find something someone who can build a big propeller for a multi-rotor structure, because there's a lot of companies making small propeller for small camera drones, for toy drones. But we want to make a big drone, a big multi-rotor aircraft that carry a passenger. So there's nobody doing that. So we have to develop it by ourselves. And for some certain key components, for example, the speed controller, there's nobody making this kind of a really high performance, lightweighted speed controller. So we have to make it ourselves. So we spent 5 to 6 years working on all the core technologies. That's kind of leading us from the very beginning to here today. And we're very happy to see that this is not just about EHang so far. We're seeing in this market, there's more big guys, there's Boeing, Airbus, Bell Helicopter. There's also operators, aero operators like Uber. We're seeing auto companies, car companies trying to make flying cars. We're really happy and, we're thrilled to see this, and this is the whole this is the whole scene of the market. And EHang as a pioneer, we're very happy to see that. And we're happy to kind of help the whole industry to grow, to build the standards.
We're so honored to have EHang on our market, but what does this listing today mean for you and for the company?
Yeah, that's a really good question. So, EHang is headquartered in Guangzhou in China. A lot of people thought we're, another China company trying to be publicly listed here in the US. I think, first of all, we don't just position ourselves as a Chinese local company. Our customers are coming from all around the world. They're from Austria, Europe, Southeast Asia, Middle East. And we also work with another Nasdaq listed company, United Therapeutics, together to trying to transport the organs, from their organ factory to University of Maryland hospitals in the future. So there are a lot of things, good things we're doing together, with the world. So, it means a lot for us to be listed here in Nasdaq because, by doing this, we're gonna gain more, credibility, transparency. We want to be more transparent. We want to be share what we're doing with the world. And I think, that's what we're doing. So that, by having that, it's gonna help us to kind of, to build up a more constructive conversation with our overseas customers, with the governments, from different countries. And others Nasdaq is this global platform who can help us.
and now more and more people are going to know what AAV stands for and what it means to be the leader in AAV technology, both from a product standpoint as well as from a software standpoint, which is certainly where EHang sits today and will be continuing to develop in the future. Besides that, Derek, kind of where do you see the company in 5 to 7 years? What excites you? What gets you out of bed every morning to come and work at this company?
You know, our founder, Mr. Hu, you know, from a certain point, you know, like point of time, he started kind of sometimes to fly our products, you know, from his home to work. That's crazy, you know, like sometimes when I was walking, you know, at our industrial park, you know, or, you know, we have this like a secret park in Guangzhou. It's a huge theme park where you have lakes, you have the forests, and, you know, sometimes when I know
you've even been nice enough to bring me there, so it's not so secret.
Yes, so you know, so sometimes when I'm walking there, you know, and suddenly I heard, you know, I heard the, I heard the voice, you know, from the aircraft. Then I look up at the sky. You know, I saw there's an autonomous air vehicle. There's an air taxi just flying over me. You know, there was a moment I felt like I'm living in the future. So that's the thing that really excites me, to continue my work, you know, to have more people to get the same feeling, to get the same experiences with me together.
And you and the team at EHang are really creating the future. You're
Yes.
doing it from Guangzhou, China. You're bringing it to be part of the Nasdaq family, and then making this into a global company.
Yes.
So, welcome to the family. Thanks for spending some time with us this afternoon. Nasdaq followers, EHang is now listed on Nasdaq under the ticker symbol EH. We're signing off now from here at the Nasdaq market site in Times Square. We're so delighted that Derek spent some time with us today. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Bob.